This is an introduction to making your impressions, a real-time impression with a timer you can follow along to, and a guide to taking the photos. You should set aside 45 minutes for the whole process. We can't stress enough how important it is to take accurate impressions and photos. So, before taking your own impressions, watch the whole video and read the guide in your impression kit all the way through. Let's have a look in your impression kit. To take impressions, you will need the guide and foldout, impression trays, putty, gloves, and the guide stick. You will be taking 6 impressions in total, 3 of your upper teeth and 3 of your lower. Before you start, clean and floss your teeth, then wash and dry your hands, and get set up to take your impressions. Prepare a tissue, as you'll probably dribble, and have a mirror handy to take your impressions in front of. Only wear the gloves provided in your impression kit. Don't use your bare hands or other gloves, as they may damage the putty. While taking impressions, be sure to have the fold-out section from your guide laid out in front of you. There are different trays for your upper and lower teeth impressions. Be sure you know which trays are used of each. You will also need 1 blue and 1 white putty pod for each tray. Begin by taking all the upper impressions. Identify the trays for the upper teeth and lay out the putty for each. The whole process for each impression, including preparation, takes 4.5 minutes, so it is important to use a timer. First, prepare the putty. You have 60 seconds to mix the putty, roll it to size, fit it in the tray, and poke some guide holes before the putty starts to set hard. For the first 30 seconds, mix the blue and white putty together vigorously. Make sure it is mixed until there is only one solid color of blue without any white streaks. Next, roll it into a 10 cm sausage. Check its size using the measurement box on the foldout. Then fit it into the tray, like this, making sure the putty is evenly distributed. Finally, use the poker to mark 2 shallow holes in the front center of the putty, like this. These holes mark where your front teeth will be placed when pressing into the impression. The impression takes 3.5 minutes. Using a mirror makes taking the impression easier. Place your front teeth in the middle of the guide holes. Use your thumbs to press the tray into your teeth in one smooth movement until your front and back teeth touch the tray. Pressing into the putty only takes a second or two. Only use your thumbs to press the tray. Do not bite into the putty. Resist the temptation to move your fingers to press in different places. This may cause the impression to be inaccurate. Hold the impression still until the countdown ends. Let's take a closer look at a couple of things to get right when taking an impression. Before pressing down, make sure your teeth are positioned in the middle of the putty. Your 2 front teeth should be positioned over the 2 guide holes. Press in one motion until your front and back teeth make contact with the bottom of the tray. It is important that your front and back teeth must touch the bottom of the tray. Check that the putty covers your gum line all the way around your teeth, and be sure to pull your lip over the putty and the tray. Note, a little putty should bulge over the front to give a clear impression. Being too close to the front or back can cause too much putty to press out of the tray. Hold the tray in place in your mouth for 3.5 minutes. Do not move the tray or apply pressure at different points after pressing the tray against your teeth. After 3.5 minutes, you can remove the tray. The easiest way is to pull down on the sides of the tray rather than using the handle. Do not only pull on the handle. Once you have removed the tray from your mouth, compare it to the impression examples in the guide and this video. This is a perfect impression. Notice how all the teeth meet the gum line and you can see the gum line. This is what the lip of putty looks like, enabling us to detect your gum line. This impression is too shallow and would be rejected. This happens when the teeth are not pushed all the way through the putty to the tray, or if the putty has been mixed for too long and it has hardened before beginning the impression. We need to be able to see your gum line, so make sure you feel your front and back teeth touch the tray each time you make an impression. In this example, the teeth break through the putty and scrape the front of the tray, so the impression would be rejected. This happens when the front teeth are not properly centered over the guide holes made in the putty. Lastly, the gum line is too faint at the front of the tray, so the impression would be rejected. This happens when the lips are not pulled over the putty and the tray. It is recommended that after taking your initial impression, you send us some pictures of it to get feedback before you take the remaining sets of impressions. However, if you feel confident, you can proceed. No matter how you judge your impressions, place them all in the resealable bag to return to us. Once you've completed all your upper impressions, begin your lower teeth impression with these trays. Again, use a mirror. Place the tray centrally over your lower teeth and use your fingers to press the tray downward onto your teeth in a single firm motion so the front and back teeth touch the tray. It helps to lock your thumbs under your jaw. Apply pressure, but don't move your fingers to press in different places. Also, be sure to pull your bottom lip over the putty and the tray. To remove the tray, the easiest way is to pull up on the sides of the tray rather than using the handle. Now that you've watched the video, let's take an impression. Many people find it helpful to play this section while taking their impression. It walks you through the process in real time to help you take the perfect impression and includes a timer. Remember, brush and floss your teeth before you start. Have a tissue handy as you may dribble, and have a mirror handy. Finally, wear the gloves provided. Don't use your bare hands or other gloves as they may damage the putty. Lay out your fold-out guide and follow it through as you watch this video. Do the 3 upper impressions first, then do the lower. Identify the correct trays and lay out the pods, 1 blue and 1 white for each tray, and find the guide stick. Once you begin mixing the putty, you cannot stop and you must follow the timer on the screen. You'll have 30 seconds to mix the putty, 30 seconds to fit the putty in the tray, poke guide holes and begin the impression, then 3.5 minutes to hold the impression in place. Okay, gloves on, open the putty, and let's start. Mix putty for 30 seconds vigorously until there is only one single blue colour with no white streaks. At the end of 30 seconds, we are going to roll a 10 cm sausage and check its size on the fold-out. Three, 2, 1. Okay, roll the sausage and check the size. Now, fit it into the tray and poke 2 guide holes in the front center. Looking in the mirror, use the holes as a guide to center the teeth. Use your fingers or thumbs to press the tray into your teeth in one smooth movement until your front and back teeth touch the tray. Do not bite down into the tray. Also, resist the temptation to move your fingers and press in different places. Now, hold the impression still until the countdown ends. Two minutes to go. Don't move your fingers around. Your impressions will be used to create a custom treatment plan. Once you send in your impressions, you'll receive a 3D interactive view of how your teeth move to their perfect position. Only 1 minute to go. When the countdown is finished, gently ease the impression out from the sides. Don't only use the front handle. Three, 2, 1. Okay, it's ready. Gently remove the impression using the sides of the tray. Compare the impression to the examples in your guide to identify any issues so you can improve for your next impression. It is recommended that after taking your initial impression, you send us some pictures of it to get feedback before you take the remaining sets of impressions. However, if you feel confident, you can proceed. No matter how you judge your impressions, place them all in the resealable bag to return to us. Skip back to watch this section again while taking each of your remaining impressions. Finally, we need to take 8 photos. We need some standard profile shots and some weirder mouth shots. Watch this video and read your guide to help you take the best photos. For these photos, your selfie front-facing camera won't work as the quality of many selfie cameras is too low, so you'll need to use your phone's main camera. Be sure to turn your flash on so we can see all the way to your back teeth. Some tips are to get a friend to shoot your photos, put the camera on a timer, or use a mirror to help you. While in front of a mirror, face the phone towards the mirror. Point your phone's main camera at your mouth. Watch the reflection of your phone screen as you take your photos. The first 3 photos are selfies, one front-facing with a smile, one front-facing without a smile, one a profile without a smile. The first photo is front-facing with smile. Look straight at the camera, think of your new smile, and give us a grin ear to ear. The second photo is front-facing without a smile. Look straight at the camera without a smile. No need to be serious, just natural. Next is a side-facing with a smile photo. Bite your teeth together naturally. Put the camera on a timer or get a friend to shoot you from the side without smiling. The remaining photos are going to get gummy, perhaps even Insta-worthy. You'll need your cheek stretcher located in your kit. To fit your cheek stretcher in your mouth, place the bigger tabs on the inside of your cheek and the handle facing down. Push the sides gently together to fit in your mouth. The first gummy shot is your front bite. Bite down on your back teeth. Pull the cheek stretcher to the side and make sure your photo clearly captures your back teeth. Make sure we can see your top and bottom gums. You may need to get your lips out of the way. It can be tricky to pull the cheek stretcher and hold your phone at the same time, so it might take a couple of tries to get right. The next are your upper teeth. We need to see the surfaces of your upper teeth all the way to the back. This photo can also be tricky, so it might take a couple of tries to get right. Next is your lower teeth. Similarly, we need to see the surfaces of your bottom teeth all the way to the back. Make sure your tongue is not covering your bottom teeth. The last 2 are your left and right bites. Bite down naturally on your back teeth like this. This is your natural bite. Make sure the photos clearly capture your back teeth. Photos that have gaps between your teeth, like this, or with the jaw askew, like this, will have to be retaken. Be sure to compare your photos to the photos in the guide. Don't hesitate to take them again to get them right. It's worth taking a little time to get them right, so you won't have to resubmit your photos. Now all your impressions and photos are complete. Return all 6 impressions in your prepaid envelope and upload your 8 photos to your Smart Smile Co portal. Get ready to love your smile.